Okay, we continue our meeting by reciting basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good afternoon. How are you today? Everyone, Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. And I would like to say happy Ramadan and happy fasting for you all. Hopefully our fasting in this Ramadan always Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala grant us happiness and meaningfulness for our life. And Alhamdulillah, we continue our meeting by discussion about the next group. And please, the moderator from Comting, Adelina, to continue discussion. The time is yours, Mbak Adelina. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir, for the time. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Adelina Marani, will be a moderator for Group 4 presentation with a paper entitled Agama Menjamin Kebahagiaan, with members of the group consist Dan Antaya Bamakerti, Erlangga Wahyu Utomo, Raditya Widi Indar Santo. So, time and place I invite to the Group 4.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Firstly, let me say grateful thanks for the time that been given to us in this great opportunity by sitting in front of you all. We would like to present about religion guarantees happiness. We are from Group 4 and we want to introduce ourselves first. My name is Erlangga Wahyu Utomo. I'm from Department of Informatics. My NRP is 50252011118.
Hello everyone, my name is Raditya Widi Indar Santo with NRP 50032011114. I'm from the Department of Statistics.
Hello everyone, my name is Dian Ataya Bamanggerti, NRP 50192011143, and I'm from Department of Marine Engineer.
Okay, next. What is happiness? Happiness is an emotional condition characterized by being happy, grateful, and satisfied. This definition can indeed differ from one person to another. It's just that the main characteristic is satisfaction with life or the moment that is being lived. However, it is true that emotions such as happiness, sadness, fear, shock, and etc. are very broad concepts. There is an element of subjectivity in it too. One is emotional balance. Emotions are vital to our well-being since they determine the state of our create. Working with our emotion then become an issue not just relevant to extreme moments when harmful emotion rise up, but is an integral part of developing inner peace and joy every day of our life. And the second is satisfied will live. Okay, next is happiness from an Islamic view. In the Islamic tradition, happiness basically refers to a word in Arabic called sa'ada, which means happy. The definition of happiness in the tradition of Sufism, as delivered by Imam Al-Ghazali in his monumental work Ihya Ulumuddin, is a spiritual condition when humans are in the peak of piety. Happiness is a pleasure from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Happiness is a valuable manifestation of remembering Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. And Next is dalil of Al-Quran. There is two dalil in here, and the first is from Al-Araf, chapter 7, 96, and An-Nahl, chapter 16, 112. I want to read it. The first is Al-A'raf. A'udzu billahi minas syaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Waradallahu masalam qaryatan kanat aminatan mutma'innatan yatiya rizquha ragadan min kulli Mangkana fakafara bi an umilla ifada fa'allahu liba jalju'i mawgofi bima kanu yasnaun. It means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has reminded, if the inhabitation of an area want to be faithful and pious, the doors of blessing will be opened from heaven and earth. But they denied the teaching of Allah. So Allah punished them for their own deeds. And the second is from An-Nahl. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Walau anna ahlal qura amanu wa taqaw lafatahna alayhim barakatim minas samai wal ardi walakin kadzabu fa'aqadnahum bima kanu yaksibun. It means, and Allah has made a parable with a country that was once safe and serene, whose sustenance come to him in abundance from all over the place. But its inhabitation deny Allah's favors. Allah gave them clothes, hunger, and fear because of what they always do. Okay, next.
Okay, in this slide, we will learn why religion can guarantee happiness. So, with the faith and determination that we have in worshiping Allah SWT, we will feel calm, enjoyment, and also happiness. In a religion, we will also avoid various kind of many problems, always think positively, be in a good family, are able to respect the time, and facilitate our sustenance, and of course strengthen our faith, because we believe that the natural world is impermanent and always prepare for the afterlife. Now, how to achieve happiness in a religion? If we open Ibnul Qayyim al-Jawziyah opinion that achieving happiness requires a healthy heart condition, then what we need to do is to know the characteristic of a healthy heart and how to treat a sick heart so that it can return to health. The characteristic of a healthy heart are as follows on the next slide. So this is the point that's a characteristic of healthy heart. The first point is always oriented to the future and the hereafter. To succeed in the future, we must to fight in the present. The person who wants to struggle in the present is the owner of the future, while those who do not want to struggle now, then he become the owner of the past. So it's just like the opposite. Then Prophet of Nabi Muhammad SAW said to Abdullah bin Umar, live your life on this earth like a stranger or a traveler and prepare yourself to become a grave expert, narrated by Bukhari. Then the second point is never forget to remember Allah SWT and do not hope anything other than Allah SWT. This is really important because if we always to remember Allah SWT, Allah SWT will be exist for us. If we get anything problem, Allah will be there to help us. Then the third point is perform prayer and read Al-Quran. Then all the confusion and worldly activity will disappear so that you can find peace and enjoyment. Then the last point is attention to the time. This is really important because as we know in Quran Surah Al-Asr, that said about we have to respect time because time is really important for us. We have to feel a kindness thing for our time because it will give many benefit for us and for another human. Okay, Dan?
Okay, next, a factor that becomes an obstacle in achieving happiness in religion. First, we got hanging out with bad person. Of course, bad things will come to us, and we certainly don't want it. Next, daydreaming to fantasize. Daydreaming is of course a waste of time and should be avoided, and also able to reduce brain memory. Next, dependent on other than Allah. This is mushrik, and in return is the unpardonable sin. Next, too much sleep is also not recommended in Islam, and the law is makruh. Lots of sleep can kill the liver, cause laziness, and cause health problems. Next, talking excessively. Of course, this is very useless. As Muslim, we should keep our word. And the last, excessive viewing or doing things that aren't important. This is also very useless. We have more things to do, such as praying, zikir, and etc. Okay, we have one video here from Ustadz Hanan Ataki, but there will be in Bahasa Indonesia.
Orang mukmin itu kalau disebut nama Allah hatinya gemetar, lalu kalau dibacakan Al-Quran hatinya menjadi bertambah imannya. Ternyata dilihat juga dari hati. Sehingga kalau kita benar-benar pengen menjadi orang soleh itu, yang harus kita concern dulu, fokus tuh adalah gimana kita mensolehkan hati kita. Dan kalau kita mau jadi orang bahagia pun, ternyata bahagia itu sederhana, bahagia itu ada di sini. Bahagia itu bukan di luar, tetapi ada di dalam hati kita. Kalau hati kita bahagia, kita berada dimanapun kita tetap bisa bahagia. Siapa yang bisa kayak gitu? Ibnu Taimiyah. Kata Ibnu Taimiyah, surga saya itu di sini. Surga saya itu bukan di pantai, bukan di gunung, bukan di mall, bukan dimanapun, bukan di kafe. Surga saya itu fi qalbi jannati huna, kata Ibnu Taimiyah. Surga saya itu di sini, di dalam hati saya. Sehingga ketika beliau di penjara, beliau tetap bahagia. Beliau dibiarkan kelaparan, beliau tetap bahagia. Beliau diancam mau dibunuh, beliau tetap bahagia. Nggak ada cara membuat beliau sengsara kecuali menyengsarakan hatinya. Sementara hati beliau itu sudah bahagia dengan merasa dekat kepada Allah. Dan Allah itu bersama kalian dimanapun kalian berada. Coba gimana caranya memutuskan kebahagiaan orang sudah kayak gini? Susah kan? Dia udah jatuh cinta sama Allah. Dan Allah bilang, wa huwa ma'akum aina ma kuntum. Dia bersama kalian dimanapun kalian berada. Mau kalian berada di penjara, kalian berada dimanapun, di pasar, bahagia, nggak ada bedanya, nggak ada ubahnya. Makanya coba belajar jannati huna. Surga saya itu di sini. Wa jannati fi qalbi. Surga saya itu ada di dalam hati saya. Happiness is simple. Kebahagiaan itu sederhana sekali gitu. Kita nggak perlu banyak uang untuk bahagia. Walaupun kalau banyak uang bahagia juga sih. Kita nggak perlu banyak cinta untuk bahagia. Walaupun banyak cinta juga bahagia. Kita nggak perlu banyak teman untuk bahagia. Walaupun banyak teman juga pasti bahagia. Tetapi itu bukan itu intinya. Sehingga kalau kita ditinggalkan oleh teman kita, jadi kita kurang bahagia? Enggak. Kita merasa dikhianati terus jadi kurang bahagia? Enggak ngaruh itu semuanya. Karena jannati huna. Yang lebih dahsyat lagi itu kalau qalbi jannati, hatiku adalah surgaku.
Okay, so the conclusion is, if you want to be a godly person, we must focus on our heart to be truly righteous. And if we want to be happy in our hearts, our heaven is actually in our hearts. And no matter what the circumstances, if our hearts have become our heaven, we will always be happy. Isn't it very easy? Let's make our hearts our heaven. Okay, maybe that's all from us. Thank you for the time and the attention. If there are any questions, feel free to ask.
Thank you for the group 4 delivering interesting material. So now let's move on to the question and answer session. I will give 3 sessions. For first session, there are 3 questions. The second session will be 3 questions, and the third session will be 4 questions. Okay, first question can directly ask and raise hand. Igusti bagus.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Igusti from Group 7. I want to ask, what should we do in our daily life to achieve happiness according to Islam? Thank you.
Okay, next question. You can raise hand. Lesti.
I'm Hesti from Group 6. I want to ask, why do many Muslim teenagers feel sad or depressed? It is because of a lack of gratitude or something. Thank you.
Okay. The next Lutfia.
Okay, my name is Lucia Satabila from Group 2. My question is, on your view, what things that we should do on our avoid to increase our iman? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. For group 4, you can answer the questions.
Okay, I will try to answer Igusti Bagus question. What should we do in our daily life to achieve happiness according to Islam? So, with perform obligatory pray, then read Al-Quran, fasting, do kindness, and also work hard. I think this can make us more closer to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, and inshallah, Allah Subhanahu wa Taala will give us more happiness. Does that answer your question?
Gusti Bagus. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Group 4 can answer the second question.
Sorry, can you repeat the second question?
Why do many Muslim teenagers feel sad or depressed in this era? It is because of lack of gratitude or something.
Maybe I'm gonna answer question number 2. The question is, what teenagers nowadays feel sad for lack of gratitude, right? I think
Yes.
it's true. So we have to be grateful, and maybe they have an obstacle on achieving happiness with their religion. Maybe they have to take it away from them. Thank you. Is that answering your question?
Clear enough, thank you.
Okay, group 4, you can directly answer the third question.
I will answer it. We should do to our increase the iman is the first is read, hear, and understand the Quran and Hadith, and always do good deeds. So we can do all this and stay away from immorality. Is that answering your question?
No. Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, next for second session, there are 3 questions. For who haven't asked, please ask. Okay, Kalila.
Okay, my name is Lila from group 10. I want to ask why is happiness in Islam is better than happiness in the other, like happiness as usual? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next question, Dian.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rahadian Praitno, and I come from group 5. I want to ask, can you give an example of happiness in this month of Ramadan? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The third question in column chat from Ahmad Akbar. Religion guarantees happiness, but what about people who are not religious but happy? Please explain. Okay, for group 4, you can answer the question.
Maybe I would like to answer Halila's question. So I think it because happiness according to Islam is not only happy in worldly side, but can be happy in the future and hereafter, and can also get closer to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, and of course it can bring benefit for another humans also. That answer your question.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, you can answer the second question.
Maybe I want to answer the question from Ahmad Akbar. Okay, maybe people who are not religious can also be happy. So we live in this world as well as preparation for the hereafter or akhirat. And of course, that happiness in religion lasts forever. Maybe that's all from me. Is that answering your question?
Okay, thank you. You can answer the next question.
Maybe I'll answer it. In bulan Ramadan, it's different from the others month. With in Ramadan, there's breaking the fast, Islamic holidays, share the takjil, and read the Al-Quran every day, and Tarawih, and something like that. There is a different from another month. Is that answering the question?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, last session. There are 4 questions. For who haven't asked, please ask and raise hand. Okay, Akbar Ahmad Ghazali.
Okay, my name is Akbar Ahmad Ghazali from Group 9. You said that reading Al-Quran and praying can make you happy. So my question is, how to get happiness from that thing?
Okay. Next second question. You can raise hand. And Firhan.
My name is Muhammad Piranaji. I'm from group 11. I want to ask, under what circumstance can we be said to be happy? Thank you.
Okay, next question. Maybe for group 4, you can answer first.
Maybe I answer the Akbar Ahmad question. Read the Al-Quran praying will be happy because if the reading the Al-Quran with the right recitation can give peace. It makes you feel close to Allah by action according to the Al-Quran. And the Al-Quran must be adhered to in daily life as a guide for all mankind. Therefore, all other acts of worship related to the Al-Quran will be beneficial. Listening to the Al-Quran is an easy activity to do anywhere. We can simultaneously contemplate the contents of the verse. So if we read the Al-Quran and pray, so we close close we close to Allah is answering your question.
So the happiness from close to Allah. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. For group 4, you can answer the next question.
The second question from Firhan, right? Can you repeat the question? I can barely hear your question.
Okay, sorry. So my question is, under what circumstance can we be said to be happy?
And what?
Under what circumstance can we be said to be happy?
Okay, I'm trying to answer with my opinion. Under what circumstance we decide to be happy, right? I think when we have done what is required in our religion, like salat, zikir, zakat, and etc., and we are faithful in doing it, at that time we will feel happiness, and it guarantees. It guarantees. Okay, is that answering your question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, there are still two groups who haven't asked. Please ask your question. There are questions in the current chat from Denta. What do you think if someone sacrifices their happiness for the happiness of others?
I want to answer it. In my opinion, there is two conditions. When our heart and our mind are not in synchron, we are confused about having to follow conscience or logic. At times like this, we often follow logic because what is said by logic is something that makes sense, even though it is a little selfish. Its name is also logic. When we follow our heart, we often like wingless angels who are willing to sacrifice whatever we have to help someone we feel is in need of help. Occasionally, it's okay, but too often sacrificing yourself for the sake of the other is not right. That's why our presence is often taken advantage of by those around us. And I'm one of the many people who often take advantage of by the others. So in my opinions, uh, uh, once possible, but not too much. Is that answering the question?
Okay, thank you. There are still one groups who haven't answered, who haven't asked. Okay, the next question in the group chat, in the column chat. Her religion can be happiness if someone with strong faith, as one of my friends, back then still trying to self-harm and suicide because of her mindset or her anxiety. What do you have in mind about the solution from this case so that religion can be source of happiness?
Maybe I will answer it. One of which we can do to our friends is we care and guide our friends to the right path. Even though it is difficult, we try for the common interest and return our friends to the right path. Like bring it into the recitation and we to pray together and something like that. Is that answering your question or not yet?
Maybe I want to add Erlangga opinion. I think with that case, it cannot be said he have a strong faith because strong faith is cannot thinking self-harm and psychic. If that is a mentality disease, we as his friend have to support him and make highly spirit for him and also bring him to closer with Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, with bring him to sholat, ngaji, and etc. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the answer. Thank you to Group 4 for delivering interesting material, and thank you for the participant who asked good questions. There's a link in the chat column for the assessment of Group 4 presentation. You can fill it. I will give back to Mr. Hoirul.